KEYSTONETECH.com, baby. KeystoneTech.com is the sponsor of the Lighthead online video show. The Retrofit Kings, Greg.
That's right. We've got fixtures, they've got lamps, they've got everything you need with LED lamps. Who says lamps anymore? Do you?
I say light
Bulbs? All right, they've got light bulbs, they've got tubes, they've got stuff that can emit light so you can see what you need to see.
Yep.
How about that?
That works. What do you want to talk about today, Greggy?
Today, we're going to talk about a portion of the industry that we don't talk about a lot, or there is probably more negativity than there is positivity when we discuss it as a distributor, is manufacturing reps, or as you called it, a rep agency. So, mixed opinions. As part of an organization, Nailed, that we're in, we talk to a lot of distributors around the country and at association trade shows, things like that. And whenever manufacturer reps get brought up, most of it is a cringe, and people aren't usually too excited about it. But there are good ones out there, and there are things they can do, to be good and to get more distributors on board with them, because I think they are a valuable part of the chain. How do you feel, first of all?
Well, I think this goes back. Do you remember that podcast we did on the paradigm of the lighting industry?
Yeah.
So I think this wasn't an issue at all 10, 15 years ago. Everybody dealt with manufacturer reps. Part of the game, right? But what's happened is the rep agencies kind of have emerged to become, in some ways, in my market, competitors with distributors. And I think that's
where a lot of the issue is.
Yeah, it's not like, look, some people know about lighting and can help you, and some people don't know about lighting and can help you. And sometimes those people work for the manufacturer, and sometimes those people work for the rep agency, and you guys discuss, hey, I need help with controls or whatever technical issue you have, and those people can work for, a lighting rep agency, and they can work for the manufacturer. That's not really the point. The point is that one of the things that we have seen as an association, the National Association of Innovative Lighting Distributors, is reps going right to the street and competing with distributors directly. And this was started in the new construction industry, I think, where reps were selling directly to the general contractors and all that. And I don't think many distributors cared that much about that. Would you agree?
Yeah, no, I think that was part of the process. They specified the product, and whether they sold it direct or they passed it through for 2% to a big electrical distributor, same thing as direct, whatever.
Yeah, so that was kind of going on. And, so that's what I noticed among Nailed members, that just that kind of started. And then the rep agencies started to get involved in the retrofit boom and the incentive programs and this sort of thing. And so, so a lot of the rep agencies sort of became non-stocking distributors.
True.
Right, just like distributors, but they just don't carry stock, right? So, and then they had lower costs. They had, a very similar. They would only go to market in certain things, and then they would eat some of the distributor's cake. Do I think it's sour grapes? Yes, I do think it's sour grapes. I think it's distributors. And what do the distributors do? The distributors turn to the manufacturers and they say, "I don't want to deal with this rep anymore." That's natural. So you have this. Yep. You have this, disconnect between what is supposed to be a manufacturer repping a product to a distributor to really what is just a competitor without a warehouse.
Right. And I think some of the things, I think there are, as I mentioned, there are good manufacturing reps, and there are things they can do to improve their business. And if you're going to be a manufacturer rep, be a manufacturer rep. If you want to be a distributor and sell direct, be a distributor. I like the model of keeping it that way, because what I do as a distributor,
because it protects Premier Lighting.
Well, that's why. But also, I get customers that come to me, or I go to them with ideas, or they need a solution, right? So I've got all these different choices, and rather than me going through 100 of them, I can say, all right, this manufacturer rep, what do you have? And this manufacturer, and you can go to 3 of them. And those 3 can break out to your 100 different manufacturers. They can bring it back to you and define for you and price it and do all of that. So it's kind of like another level, but there is a lot of benefit in that. It saves you a lot of time and makes you more efficient as a salesperson. But a lot of the manufacturer reps don't know anything about lighting. They're reps and they don't like electrical distributor reps, or they do pipe and wire, and oh, sure, we can do lighting too, because they're the same people that sell it sometimes if you're an electrical distributor. But when you're a lighting distributor, that's where the issue comes to you. If you're a manufacturing rep and you want to sell to a lighting distributor, know lighting. Number one, learn it, understand it, so you can talk to us.
Take
Because if you
LS1.
can't talk to us, there you go. If you can't talk to us, I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to the manufacturer direct.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just how it is. If you're going to be a manufacturer rep and you want to sell to a lighting distributor, learn lighting, know what you're talking about, make it easy, give them a price list, say, here's your pricing. I don't want to call you every time I need a price.
Mm-hmm.
I know that there's a lot of variables, and that's understandable, but come up with the basics of it. Like, here's an overview, here's an idea, here's a price range, whatever it might be.
Maybe this is a different podcast, but I always wonder why manufacturers even want to have reps.
Well, they claim so they can expand their reach without hiring people in the market. So the benefit of it is that, in Minneapolis, somebody doesn't want to hire a person to be full time in the Minneapolis area, so they go to the manufacturer rep who supposedly has all the connections, but they don't always have all the connections, and a lot of times they're defined to 1 or 2 distributors, and then in that case, it doesn't make a lot of sense if they want to grow.
You know what I
So
think?
I think there's, yeah. What do you got?
It's one of those things. For me as a distributor, I just want someone on the phone at the manufacturer that knows what they're talking about and can give out prices fast.
Exactly, and availability.
Yeah.
Let me know. You got it?
Stock, how
Let's
fast
pray.
can I get it? And sometimes when I'm with these reps, it's like all of a sudden I'm calling a rep and the manufacturer.
Yeah. And I do that often, where the manufacturer rep is not getting back to me, so I go to the manufacturer and I get an answer.
Yeah.
So then that right there tells you the value of the manufacturing rep isn't doing what they're supposed to. So if you want to be good, know your stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Make it quick. Make it easy.
The other thing is this: has
Be
this
a
ever happened
valuable
to you?
resource.
Yeah, has this ever
Yeah.
happened to
What?
you where you call a manufacturer and you're like, "Hey, I really like this tape light, whatever," right? You met the guy at a show and he's like, "Yeah, our rep in Toronto is ABC Agency," right? So you call up ABC Agency and say, "Hey, Jimmy from manufacturer X told me to call you, and I need this." And he's like, "Oh, yeah, okay. You know what? You should really use a manufacturer Y's tape, though, because I also rep them."
Yeah. That's the worst. Like, they just go right over the connection that you made to get in touch with them, and they try to sell you on something
Has
else.
that ever happened to you?
Yeah, it has. Yeah. And so
And
that
I'm sitting here
right there
thinking,
defeats the purpose.
who could do business with someone like that?
Right.
Like, I don't
And
want
it
to do
happens.
business with you if you do that.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so
They're gonna
maybe it is better. Then come see me and show me that manufacturer's stuff and say, hey, here's what we rep. But if I call, if Keystone says, yeah, our rep here is this person, and you call that person up, he's like, yeah, Keystone, yeah, okay, yeah, we do rep them, but you should really use JGWF tubes instead. Like, why would I want to do business with this guy?
Yeah, it's in the title of their business or of their job to be a representative, a rep. What does that mean? If you go to somebody and you're their rep, you got to represent them. You can't go ahead and represent someone else.
Happens all the time, man.
It does. So there are good manufacturing reps. We're not trying to knock them all down, but we're just trying to tell you what you got to do if you want to be a lighting manufacturer rep. Know your stuff. Make it easy. That's all I got.
This has been the Lights Ed Online Video Show, brought to you by Keystone Technologies. Go to KEYSTONETECH.com. Josh Brown.